considering the fact that I'm a YouTube content creator now and I'm constantly focusing on the business aspect of future investments. Hello future investors and welcome back to another weekly episode. Today I've got a slightly different setup. As you can see, I've got this red filming mat, slightly different from my usual purple filming mat. For some reason it has done a vanishing act and I don't know where it is, so I've used my backup filming mat, which I've never used before actually. So it'd be interesting to see what you think, whether you like the purple one or the red one. So yeah, today I've had a bit of an interesting day. On the way home from work, and yes, believe it or not, future investments does have to work. I know as future investments I probably come across as a billionaire like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, but no, I have to work a full-time job like everyone else. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, I was on my way home from work and someone drove into the back of me, and they drove into the back of me quite hard. I was sitting in stationary traffic and I just happened to glance up into my rearview mirror and I saw this red Audi flying towards me. He tried to avoid me, but he didn't avoid me and he went bang straight into the back of me. I was okay and the other driver was okay, but there's significant damage to both cars, but both cars were drivable, so we both managed to drive home and it's all being dealt with on the insurance now. But because it was non-fault to me, it doesn't really affect me in any way apart from being a bit of an inconvenience, a bit of a hassle. But yeah, that's what happened to me today. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about precious metals, obviously, as it's a precious metal stacking and investing YouTube channel. Do I still enjoy stacking gold and silver bullion, considering the fact that I'm a YouTube content creator now and I'm constantly focusing on the business aspect of future investments? Yeah, I do still absolutely love stacking gold and silver. Nothing beats that feeling, as most of you will know, when you order that precious metal that you're desired. You know, maybe you're after a 1 ounce silver Britannia and you click that order button. That order you place is a very exciting feeling on its own, but then when it arrives in the post, it's a really nice feeling when you see that package turn up and you're receiving a tangible investment that you know is going to protect your wealth, is going to help you hedge against inflation. And it's just, for me personally, it's a really good feeling knowing that I'm at least trying to do something smart with my money to, you know, protect my future and invest in my future. So yeah, I do absolutely still love stacking precious metals, gold and silver. I've got specific stacking goals this year. Every year I do a New Year's resolution list where I write down what I want to achieve for the coming year, and I hold that on my phone for the entire year. And then I normally get to New Year's Eve and I go through that list and I check it off, and I have like maybe between 5 sort of New Year's resolutions. I try to keep it around that, and I tick off what I've accomplished. This year I've wrote down a multiple of things which I'm definitely going to tell you about because it's not a secret. So some of those New Year's resolution goals were, one was to go to Japan, because that's on a list that I really would love to do, is visit the culture in Japan. And another one was get my first tattoo, so something a bit personal. And there was a couple of others regarding precious metals. My stacking goal for 2023 was to purchase 2 1 ounce King Charles III gold Britannia coins in the blister card. Now, I have already done one of those purchases, so I'm halfway there. I would have done the second one already by now, but I decided to buy a 1 kilogram silver Britannia coin. Obviously, that isn't this. This is a 1 ounce. But yeah, I bought a 1 kilogram silver Britannia coin, which is a very spontaneous purchase. But that did, in fact, eat into my precious metals savings for buying gold and silver. So that put me back by about a month and a half. So I'm actually going to probably be completing that stacking goal of getting 2 1 ounce gold Britannias next month, I think. So that would be that achieved. One of my other New Year's resolutions goals was actually to get my first check from YouTube as a YouTube content creator who is now monetized. So we're well on our way to doing that. But we have yet to receive our first check or payment because you need to reach a certain payment threshold, which we haven't quite reached yet, but we're not far off. So yeah, there were some of my New Year's resolutions, but in regards to stacking precious metals, I kept it quite broad, with the fact that I just wanted to stack 2 1-ounce gold Britannias, because essentially, as you will all know, 2 1-ounce King Charles gold Britannias are no small pocket change. You're talking around 16 to 1700 pound each, so you know that's well over 3,000 pound just on 2 gold items. So that's the reason why I only put 2 of those goals down regarding precious metals, because I figured even if I just bought those 2 and I got to the end of 2023, I could maybe go, oh, I'm disappointed I didn't get a lot of precious metals in terms of multiple pieces, but I did get 2 very substantial pieces. However, I've already kind of diverted from that a little bit. I bought the 1 kilo Britannia coin, I bought the King Charles 1-ounce coin, and I believe I also bought, dropping the gold here, these 2 at the same time when I bought the King Charles. It was a big purchase. So yeah, I've gone off of my stacking goal a little bit, but I'm still focused on achieving that. I think once I complete it, I will be buying some more 1/4 ounce gold Britannias. I know I briefly touched on the fact that I wasn't trying to stack any more fractional gold, but when I've really thought about it, buying these 1/4 ounce gold Britannias, it's a much more feasible option. I could do one of those a month if I wanted, for example, whereas buying a 1-ounce King Charles Britannia every month would be very, very, very difficult for me indeed. And I do see a great upside potential to actually stacking these 1/4 ounce gold Britannias. I think in the future it'll be a much more popular option for new and seasoned stackers and investors, because as we know, gold prices always go up, or hopefully they continue to go up. And I think 1-ounce gold Britannias will just be so expensive. They'll be out of reach for most people, like they already are. Whereas these 1/4 ounce Britannias, they will be a lot more expensive than they are, and they're not very cheap. You're looking at around £450 each. But I think it's a much wiser option in my personal desire to hold multiples of 1/4 ounce gold Britannias than multiples of 1-ounce. I'm going to be happy holding, once I've completed my stacking goal, 2 1-ounce gold Britannias, but I'd be much happier after that only stacking these 1/4 ounce gold Britannias, because I like the fact that they're really liquid. They're much more easy to hold. I can have them in my pocket and no one will know. I can store them in multiple places much easier. I can sell them easier. And I just think they're a great store of wealth when you're getting in that balance of fractional gold. I don't really want to go any smaller with like 1 gram bars or 1/10 ounce coins, because you're paying more premiums for the lower denomination weight of gold. However, you guys will know I always say it's better to have some gold than no gold. That's what I tend to tell people when they ask me what should they buy. But my finances and what I know I'm comfortable consistently buying would be these 1/4 ounce gold Britannias, because it's in my sort of happy price range and I see a great potential to stacking lots of those. But yeah, silver. Will I be buying more silver? Difficult question. I didn't plan on buying that 1 kilo silver Britannia coin. I'm glad I did, because the prices of silver have already gone up a lot. And when you buy such a large value of precious metal, of gold and even silver, of course, any slight movement in price, down or up, has a significant change in that larger purchase. So it turned out to be a great investment. I could actually like to see myself having a couple more of those 1 kilo Britannia coins, but realistically, there's no way I'm going to buy another one this year. If I was to buy any more silver, it would probably be maybe another 10 or 20 1-ounce silver Britannia coins, maybe in a bulk buy. It really depends on how flush I'm feeling sort of towards the latter end of the year. I would have by then bought my second 1-ounce King Charles Britannia, and probably knowing myself, I probably would have bought another 2, maybe 4 1/4 ounce gold Britannia. So it depends how flush I'm feeling. I have got other saving goals. I want to buy my first buy-to-let property in maybe the next 2 years. I think I can get that sort of money together quite comfortably in 2 years from sort of this moment. So, you know, I don't want to dump too much money into precious metals. I don't want to come out of my stacking goals too much, because then I'll start eating into my savings, which I'm trying to get built up for another side of my investment portfolio. So I've got to find a fine balance there, and I think maybe I need to really sit down and write out a strict plan for myself, because, you know, I could possibly vary off of that plan a little bit later on in the year if I'm not focusing hard. Not to say that it's bad dumping lots of money into gold and silver. It's not a bad thing at all. It's a wise investment and a smart investment. But I think when you've got other goals in mind, you should try and really create a good, strengthy plan on what your goals are and break them down. So maybe I need to do that. But yeah, my goal is to get another 1 ounce King Charles Britannia by the end of the year. Maybe a couple more quarter ounce. If I'm feeling flush, maybe I'll dip into a few more 1 ounce Silver Britannias. But other than that, that would be absolutely it. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and save in between then to build up my savings account for that large purchase of my first buy-to-let property, hopefully within the next 2 years. So yeah, overall chit chat today. I really enjoyed this topic of just talking about if I still enjoy precious metals, which I absolutely do. I love the content, I love creating the content, but more importantly, I love the feedback from you guys, and I love engaging in the comments and all the feedback that you lot give me. So thanks for that, and until next time, I'll see you in the very next episode. Thank you for being the awesome future investors you are, and until then, I'll see you then, guys. Bye-bye. To watch another episode on future investments, click the link now.